Here at Breedy Cricket Club. A quick gather in the huddle for Ireland, who won the toss and elected to bowl here in this second match. The first match having been washed out, so abandoned without a ball bowled. And what that means is we get to see our first bit of action in this second match then of the series. So Afghanistan will be batting first after Ireland won the toss and put them in. We had an opportunity to get a look at the market here. It's good to see him back playing international cricket. It's one slightly shorter, one slightly fuller, bowling to
from Curtis and Harry Tector.
That's a really, really impressive start from Markadeer. First over done. It's not without loss.
But without getting a wicket, I think Ireland would be absolutely delighted with that. Markadeer is a class bowler in Ireland career.
This one going down leg and wide ball. I would have felt that it might have got something on there. The swing is from Mundra. It's clipped away, but it'll just be the one. Down to Gavin Hoey. He's the specialist spinner in the line.
Left out.
Oh, Mundra. He's looking to bowl that ball across the right hand and then straighten it back into the right-hander batter, which swing. There's that ball in again, but uses the swing nicely, takes a big hefty swing, and that's away to the boundary. Gurbaz off the mark with a boundary 4.
He's just been a little bit full here, hasn't he? Mundra is bowled a low.
This one swung away. It looked like bottom half of the bat. It's going to run towards the boundary despite a valiant effort. It will be back-to-back 4s for Rahmanullah Gurbaz.
That is some swing in the first over. They've obviously decided this is someone they can go after.
This one finds the gap. It'll just be the single. Mundra does the fielding. It's the first run off Markadeer. Comes in his second over. You were talking.
Lose 2-0 wasn't great, and obviously they then went to England and sort of carried over that form a little bit. So, you know, it was amazing that the chat before that series was all about Surya.
Oh, Curtis Comfort. You don't want to be taking quick singles to Curtis Comfort. Just look at that slip cordon behind. You've got Andy Mulburney at second slips. Trust behind the stumps here.
Yeah, this certainly is. I mean, Lorcan was super impressive in that series with the injuries, and he obviously came in and did a brilliant.
Right on the money from Markadeer. It's a dot ball to end. 3 overs done. Afghanistan 13 without loss.
Haven't seen a huge amount on the pitch now to be worried about, which is, I mean, if you're an Ireland player and you're looking to bat in the second innings, you're probably thinking now about restricting Afghanistan.
Oh, this one, big swing. A muted appeal from Lorcan Tucker, but Moon. This one's sliding it just across the right-hander batter. He likes to.
Like these two.
Again, the swing, and this one's broken through all the way to the boundary. Gurbaz goes to double figures. This one down leg, another wide ball. Oof, that had some zip.
Yeah, he really seems to be doing something every ball here, Rahmanullah Gurbaz. Trying to get off to a quick start. I mean, I would have...
Wider and punished. Thrashed through the offside. Rahmanullah Gurbaz suddenly on 17.
An enormous amount of them, and we know there's huge potential there. I think they've got to just stick with him. You know, there's a couple of no balls, a tricky start here. The Afghanistan have come out and said, this guy's making his debut, let's have a go.
This one going down leg.
I think so.
Yeah, fairly quick from. Is that run allowed another? Well, that's going to go away.
Well, he's given runs. I mean, it looked like it was actually off the pad, didn't it? But it must...
Good early call of no. Cade Carmichael.
The big good.
Ooh. Calls a well-bowled Sparky. Mark Adair's nickname from his teammate.
Oh.
Tickled. I think it just dropped short. Oh, this is launched in the slot, and it goes all the his first 6 of the innings.
He's such a dangerous player, isn't he? And again, here, and we'll be looking for him to make this adjustment and you know, just try and hit.
A little wider, straight down the ground again. This will be 4. It's a 10 off the
part-timers probably being batting all round, being honest. If they do put one of the main pressures, maybe go a bit harder at the top.
This is nicely pulled. It's just in front of square, and it'll reach the rope. So Ibrahim Zadran has his first boundary of the game, managing to just squeeze it in front of Byron McDonough, who was trying to run around the rope and cut it off. A little wider from Mundra, but it's nicely driven. Didn't have a massive amount of power behind it, but it's guided beautifully. And that'll be the first boundary, and the 50 up for Afghanistan.
Beautiful shot there from Atal. He's just lent on that again. A sign it's a really, really good pitch.
That's going to be worked away beautifully for 4. Tickled fine. Atal with another boundary.
That was very nicely played. Just eased off the legs there. The old school leg glance.
This one is lofted, and that's going to go all the way. It's dropped in the crowd. It's 6 runs. And that is beautifully played by Siddiqul Atal.
Well, Atal is showing us everything he's got. He's got a beautiful cover drive.
Short ball pulled away, finds a gap. Good shot. Excellent from Zadran. He's a joy to watch, isn't he, the way he goes about his business. Absolute linchpin at the top for Afghanistan, and that was very nicely played. As that's flicked away very elegantly, and great timing. He's going to see it get to the rope. That's a fine shot for me. Maybe the shot of the day thus far. Callets can't cut it off.
Yeah, just a little bit late to move there, Ben Callets. I'm not sure he
That's stylishly driven by Zadran. The full face of the bat beats the sprawling dive of Tector and races to the rope. Afghanistan really establishing a dominant position right now.
This isn't the worst ball. Do you know that? He's bowling to his field here.
This is worked into the leg side. Good shot. He's going to find the gap, and we'll find 4 right up towards some delighted Afghan fans who get their hands on the ball. Overpitched by Hoey again. That breeze behind his back.
Beautifully.
50 for Ibrahim Zadran. Get there in his usual manner. Almost always scores. Good hand, critical hand from Carmichael. How he needed that actually to get out of the over. An expensive one though from the young leg spinner. 19 of being bowled, 120 for. Would see some tinkering with the Afghan batting order, because in terms of what's being listed and given to us.
Excellent fielding, Harry Tector. That's one of the pitches.
Well, for me, when as a small person, and people say a tall person misfielder because they're too tall to reach the ground, I want to show them that from Harry Tector.
Slightly outside. Big appeal from all. Full flowing shot. Be straight to Andy Balbirnie. Just the one for Zadran, who went to his 50. And Harry Tector again with a mammoth effort just to try to get there, but it'll be another single to Balbirnie. Comes in off. Oh, that's some excellent bowling. A little bit of grip from Hoey. Good take from Lorcan Tucker, end of 21. Afghanistan 128 for 1.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Comfort to continue. Good ball up as well to Siddiqul Atal.
The line is really important here. Give him any width at all.
This one a little wider, and looking to go after it is Atal. A little more force behind that, slightly miscued, but it goes all the way to the rope. He's into the 40s.
That's exactly what I was talking about, and it's actually... And I could see Lorcan, Tucker and Harry Tector talking about should Lorcan come up to the stumps and keep Atal in his crease, or should...
Call is 2, and they'll get it fairly comfortably.
An interesting field. He's not afraid of...
This one worked away off the back foot. And just a single. 4 off the over. 23 done. Afghanistan 139 for 1. And that is the first male professional cricketer to take 5 in 5. Byron McDonough with an excellent stop near the rope. And that is massive. Another 6 to the innings, but that brings up the 150 in magnificent fashion. Looks to go again down on one knee, but this time he's driven it relatively straight. It beats the bowler, Tector, and is inside of Mark Adair. Beautiful bowling. The breakthrough finally comes, and for the second time this innings, after starting with a 6 and a 4, a wicket falls on the 4th ball. Afghanistan 2 down. Harry Tector with the breakthrough as he bowls the left-handed Atal 5 short. Plenty of drift as well down leg side. Not quite 3 runs on offer, but enough on it to scamper through for 2. Jai Mundra. And it will be only the second maiden of the game, and Mark Adair has bowled both of them now. Nicely played by Ahmad Shah. Just leaned on it slightly. And at the end of 30, Afghanistan 170 for 2.
I think he...
Powerfully pulled, short of length, and is going to get to the rope. Not a big boundary up there towards the clubhouse. That's all. Shah needed that. It was just getting touch stuck early. Can often chew up some dot. And these remaining overs, as that's tickled away, that'll get to the rope. 4 more. McDonough now erring in line.
Yeah, it's a nice piece of cricket from Rahmat Shah there for sure, but not great bowling from Bar.
Edged away quite fine and is going to get to the rope. A little bit unfortunate here for Camphor, but Shah gets a 3rd boundary in a string of just 7 deliveries for him, and that will really... And that's a glorious stroke. So elegant, Rahmat Shah. You'll get good reward too. Always say hitting straight is a good place to hit. It doesn't come much straighter than that. 4 from the moment it left the bat head. They've got themselves in trouble actually in that Cricket World Cup League too, staring down the barrel. 0 wins from 4 against the Netherlands and Namibia in a series there recently in the Netherlands. There's no doubt as well, I was touching on it with your sister.
It was the end of a very long tournament.
In the air, and is going to get enough of it, hitting with the wind to get it up over mid-off, and will get to the rope. Chipped in the air and straight to Kate Carmichael, who holds on. And Camphor, well, gives it a rather big send-off to say the least. It was always at a very catchable height, and well, the simplest of chances, the drinks break works, and we'll see the 3rd wicket fall.
Yeah, a bit of a nothing shot there, didn't go up or down. It looked...
Oh, now just angling across. This is good from Mundra. Definite movement and a great comeback from him after a very expensive first 5 overs. Just 2 from that one, 201. Ireland has, well, a lot of pedigree in its batting, of course, particularly in this format. Harry Tector, exceptional opening pairing of Andrew Balbirnie and Paul Stirling, we expect. What would... Slog sweep comes out, there's a fielder there, and the break in play has brought him out the wickets. Balbirnie holds on. Shah had just been getting a bit frustrated with the lack of strike as much as anything. And I'm not sure Balbirnie's watched it perfectly in, but it's effective. And it does find a very well-deserved wicket for Gavin Hoey, and great reward for...
Set the ball in the last 10, but, you know, let's see if he does. It's a lovely shot, that.
Yeah, that's special from Ormitside. Don't think there's many crisper strikers of a cricket ball in the white ball game than Asmatullah Ormitside. And that was, well, effortless, really. Glory.
Is handy.
follows it up with an off drive of real quality too. Deep Alberni looked like he was on a treadmill for a moment as he was trying to catch up to that. Another special shot from Asmatullah Armitsai. It's a joy to watch, and the Afghan fans have loved that have come here to the northwest of Ireland in Breedy. The perfect cover drive.
Absolutely beautiful, just crisp. If it doesn't, you know, we've never had guys who have express pace or can get the ball into the block hole a ton, which is what you probably need, you know. So that's not been a skill set that Ireland will probably change out.
Well, Armitsai does get a grip of him down the ground. Good shots all the way for 6. His very final delivery still finishes with a pretty good
Kind of innovation.
Smashed. This time gives himself a little bit of room and then absolutely whacks it over the offside. This one plays it on the ground, but he's hit it finely enough, I think, to beat the man coming around in Ben Khalid's. Over the rope it goes, back-to-back boundaries.
One of the things that Ireland were incredible at is that expensive over comes to an end. 40 overs gone, 243 for 4. In that series against India, they
Side the way. There's fielder cover. Kavanagh quickly onto it.
yeah, so the field is always
Goes back over the wicket to Rasuli. To be fair, he's largely played strokes that have seen him rotate the strike and allowed... Oh, that is Fuller. This one a little more interested, and the finger goes up. Rowley Black says Omazai's got something on that. Lorcan Tucker looked more interested, certainly. Jai Mundra, again the turnaround and polite inquiry, but he's got his second in the game, and Afghanistan 246. Off the mark immediately. Set off at the pace that you would run if you were expecting to run 2. End of 41, 247 for 5.
And Jai Mundra, a bit expensive, wasn't he, in the power play?
Slower ball first up from Mark Adair. When you've got somebody like Rashid Khan who can score at comfortably more than a run a ball, maybe they're...
The thing about Rashid Khan is that he is one of very few creatures who can go from absolutely ball one.
Yeah.
It's
Wide-ish ball, full as well, looking for that wide Yorker perhaps, Mark Adair. And with that single, the 250 comes up for Afghanistan. 250 for 5.
at the end.
I wouldn't have picked anything under 320, honestly.
Yeah, but you can't then change the next over, is my point.
Exactly,
So I think there should be a point at which you've got to set your stall out. This is what I think.
This is it.
I love seeing how debutantes go in the field. Their first.
Dug in short again. It's beautifully bowled by Mark Adair. A dot ball to finish. He's 0 for 22 from 8. Afghanistan 252 for 5.
Well, the other thing is that he's left-handed. So when you've got a ground that's got one boundary that is particularly short compared to the others.
Shot. Will just beat Mark Adair. He'll reel it in though.
Yeah, absolute wicket.
Oh, the edge is there, and it's just wide of Ben Khalid's. That'll shoot away. One bounce, I think, over the rope, or is it gone all the way? It's very close. This one trailing back into the left-hander. Squeezed down the ground. He'll get 2 as well, as Mark Adair has to come somewhere around the rope to reel it in. That's the end of 43.
This is hammered high, but straight to the man. The larger boundary, and I don't think Rasuli can believe it, and he wants it checked. Kate Carmichael is saying that there's nothing wrong at all with it, and Rasuli will have to trudge off. At first, it felt as though he got it pretty well, but he's looking at the toe of the bats, and Adair, as he so often does at the death for Ireland, he strikes.
It just seemed to hold in the surface, didn't it?
He's cautious to start with, but he does get off the mark. Wants the second, though. There's a fine fielder, but the throw is errant. He'll get back for a couple. as he tries to look for the big one, but it goes nowhere. And a good catch. That's very well judged by McDonagh. That's a big moment in the game. That second wicket in the over again goes to Market there. He's getting good reward at the death here. Ireland fighting back in a big way.
Yeah, he would have loved that challenge, Market there, of the crowd chanting for Rashid.
There's a bit of a squall as well, just coming across the ground. I think it's definitely some rain in the air. As Adair finishes an outstanding. As McDonagh's going to bowl his 8th, he may end up bowling over his 45 and 47, the last 2 from this end, on his ODI debut. He's bowled with plenty of promise as well today.
That'd be really point.
Nicely guided away. Shahidi wants a second, not going to get it though. You can definitely feel that momentum surging back towards the home side. His overs will be important as well. And then Gazanfar, actually in a funny way, is the one that Ireland might be almost more fearful of, because they, probably with the exception of the likes of Kay Carmichael.
And we've seen the carry, there's a particular length, especially from the clubhouse end. That's a good piece of running. Recognised the throw had to be done on the run and knew that it probably wasn't going to be too quick, but a good...
As that is not the right line or length, but Shahidi can't try and get it around. I thought he was going to try to get it up and over Fineleg's head, but right off the toe of the bat in the end.
Yeah, I think he certainly did in time.
Must be very confusing for fans looking back through history books and seeing as they're going to get back for the second just with the dive. Adair, 10 balls left in the innings, single down the ground. Don't think they're going to get back for the second this time. Gazanfar's going to take it on. Good throw will do for him, but again, not particularly well collected. And Gazanfar, more like it from Shahidi, pumped down the ground, just a little shuffle down the crease. These are valuable runs coming from the former captain, and they bring the Afghan fans that are here up and over the head just of Paul Sterling. He was interested for more than a moment. He doesn't have a huge amount of power, Hashmatullah Shahidi, but he's definitely added power in recent years, and that's a fine stroke. Adair's over proves costly. Ends up going for 14, 288 for 7.
Who'd be a bowler?
Edged away, that'll be 4. Real misfortune for McDonagh. Could have easily been his first wicket in international cricket. Instead, it races to the rope as Afghanistan move into the 290s.
I'm going to give the credit to Set as well.
This is lasered through the offside, going to be 4 more. It's been a really effective little knock this from Hashmatullah Shahidi, and for someone who's not known for a high strike rate. In fact, his career strike rate is my debutant McDonagh, who was wicketless but impressive at points. I thought Gavin Hoey and Mark Adair were definitely the picks of the attack, but Curtis Camphor with that wicket of Ibrahim Zidran, how valuable is that going to be come the end of the day? All in all, probably both sides somewhat satisfied. Yeah,
it looks like a really good surface. There's a short...
Now, as a commentator as well, Isabel Joyce. It was an intriguing Afghanistan inning. Beautifully played. That'll race away for 4. And that ends the first over with a fine boundary. Paul Sterling, as he so often does, stroking one beyond the ropes. Ireland 6 without loss.
They've done so well.
This time he picks the gap. Doesn't have all of it, but it should be enough to reach the rope, and does. Well, Birdie with the first boundary of his innings, and Ireland into double figures.
And he got a second bite at the apple.
Little width, and spots the gap, beats the man at point. Is it going to run away? It does indeed. Second boundary of the over for Andy Balbirnie. At the end of 2, Ireland 14 without loss. Oh, and that's going to beat Gurbaz. And that's going to be 4 byes. It'll add to the Ireland tally, and it will add to the bowler's ire. Picks the gap beautifully, and that'll go all the way to the boundary. Andy Balbirnie just leans on one. And ends the 6th over with a 4, 28 for 1.
It was looking like back-to-back.
Wider, he chases it, and this will go to the boundary as well. 6th boundary of the innings. Carmichael off the mark.
Streaky.
That's worked away beautifully, using the pace, and that'll run away for 4.
Well, he'll put that in that area every day of the week when given.
Shorter again. There's space there, worked away, and it's Fazalhaq Farooqi, because he's standing so fine, has a lot of room to cover to try to get around to cut.
It does add a little bit more than you'd think to the equation, but a lovely shot there from Cade Carmichael. Plays a short ball well as you'd expect from someone who grew up playing in South Africa. That was a fairly gentle short ball, being perfectly honest, from Fazalhaq Farooqi.
Aspect of this is that square driven now by Carmichael. Back-to-back boundaries to round out the power play. 7 for 1.
I think it's honours even, as you said, even at the start of the last this over.
Now, as Safi is tickled away round the corner. Boundaries coming for Ireland, 3 consecutive ones across the overs. As Safi bowls the wrong line, it's not going to be.
Beautiful shot there from Andy Balbirnie, just swivelling on a pull, a little bit back of a length. Wasn't a bad ball. It's probably the length he's trying to bowl there, Safi, but a beautiful shot from Andy Balbirnie through mid-wicket for 4.
Superb stroke.
Beautiful.
Absolutely superb. Lovely views, actually.
So yeah, it's
pulled just out of reach of the mid-wicket fielder, who sprawls and dives at it. I think it's Hashmatullah Shahidi there, but Safi's been all over the place here, unable to get his run up with the change of ends I spoke about. As this is a top edge and may well go all the way. This is turning into an expensive over, hitting with the wind. Carmichael gets a little lucky, but I suppose he gets good reward.
Really, and we played a ton against them. That's another one.
It's going to be 6 more, and this is turning into an over of nightmares. I think it's knocked that fan off their seat. Hopefully no harm done up there. Back-to-back maximums, as Ireland really starting. Another short ball, hooked away again along the ground, and that'll be 4 more. It's a nightmare over, to say the least, for Afghanistan and Safi. It goes all together for 21. Ireland, if anything, in the driver's seat now. 96 for 1 after. Oh, now edged and taken. And the breakthrough does come from Rashid Khan. It's not the one that we thought it might be in the shape of Cade Carmichael. But Rashid Khan, you cannot keep him out of the game. He strikes in his second over, and it's the big wicket too of Andy Balbirnie.
You just wonder if that little break with movement. See it.
Beautifully bowled, and has this found a feather? Yes! Oh, Rashid Khan, the magician. That is very best again. That is special. The perfect leg break again that does the damage. This time an even better line. Tector tries to defend. He can only find a feather of the edge.
Very well, but it looks like Ireland have almost decided not to play the sweep shot. Beautiful shot down the ground from Lorcan Tucker, straight past the bowler for 4. Fantastic shot. It looked like Rashid Khan was actually trying to knock that back onto the stumps to run out the non-striker there.
Fuller, and hits into the gap. It'll be 1 bounce 4.
Yeah, just over length there from Ayam Ghazanfar, and
oh, that is quick. It's darted in towards the pads, and there's a massive appeal for firstly an LBW decision and then for a court.
No, I think that's actually run out. Lorcan Tucker was searching for the ball, left his ground.
Short, upish, and gone. Good take, running around the rope. Ghazanfar gets underneath it, and that is the unfortunate end of Cade Carmichael. And does that spell imminent danger for Ireland? Shorter, cut away, beats the fielder, goes for 4. Comfort goes to 12.
Well, no time.
Beats the infielder, and it'll go for 4.
Well, we know the powerhouse Ben Callets. This
Top edge. It's going to be too fine, and it goes all the way for 6. It's the pace of Omarzai that's helped Comfort lift this up. Looks to get underneath it, and that's out of the park, and that's probably going to go down all the way to the playground at the bottom here at Breedy.
you'd have had good odds.
This one's edged away. The runs continue to come, and Farooqi's not going to cut that off despite the diving effort. The runs are coming for Ireland. More runs And it's going to race to the rope. Callets, well, he's in the team in place of George Dockrell. In essence, it was probably a toss-up between the two, but he's showing why. Real power on offer. He fights. There's a left-hander at the crease because Callets is taking Safi apart. Bang, bang, bang. 3 consecutive boundaries.
Cross him. To get that over mid-off at that length, you need to be, really get sweet contact. So you need for 7 Ireland.
Yeah, I think. And that's going to be number 6. Sensational. Sublime, just superb. There is one. He's going to finish with the phenomenal figures of 6 for 34, the second best of his ODI bowling, the one we've witnessed here today. Afghanistan, they're going to take the victory.
Lots of Irish fans, lots of Afghan fans, and they've all been treated to many times now. I'm almost got sick of saying it, but he's just so good. He's the franchise competition. He's played in World Cups. He's played so many games, and still lots of batters, lots of top-class batters out there can't pick that googly. They can't. That is going to bowl a new batter who's never faced it before.
I'm sorry, that's to land it with the consistency that he does. And actually, it has rattled through Camphor and McDonough with the googly. We've been treated to, and very understandably, after the captain who's in front of him lead his side off, and just out of shot there, and nothing but respect from Ireland. Actually ended up giving Ireland a bit of a thumping, 92 run, and you'd have to probably argue very much good value.
Yeah, it's a big win. I still care. Well, listen, one guy's got 6 for it. We know we plan for him in the next game. So yes, 92 runs is a lot, but Ireland are going to be very competitive in the next 3 ODIs. We move to a different venue, a slightly different pitch to here. It is a good pitch, but I think there's going to be possibly a little bit to spare for Ireland. Lots of good things, but just obviously the one quality player and massive quality performance in this game. Quality was world class. That was probably universe class. Best player on the pitch by a long way.
Yeah, and he's ended up being between the sides. You take his, didn't even get to